Chinese-mediated talks help restore diplomatic relations between the Middle East powers, Saudi Arabia and Iran. In a significant development, the Middle East regional rivals, Iran and Saudi Arabia, have agreed to restore diplomatic relations after years of proxy battles, diplomatic strife, and mutual recriminations. During talks which took place in Beijing, Riyadh and Tehran agreed to re-establish diplomatic relations after 7 years, committing to reopen their embassies in each other's country within 2 months. They agreed to revive previous agreements on security cooperation, increase economic and trade ties, and affirmed that both sides would respect the sovereignty of states and the non-interference in internal affairs. The diplomatic rapprochement came as a result of 4 days of talks in China. The Iranian delegation was led by al-Shamkhani, Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, while Mossad bin Mohammed al-Ayban, National Security Advisor, led the Saudi delegation. Wang Yi, China's most senior diplomat, represented the host country. Past rounds of talks attempting to restore diplomatic relations between Iran and Saudi Arabia had taken place in Oman and Iraq. Riyadh and Tehran cut diplomatic ties in 2016 after a prominent Shia cleric was executed in Saudi Arabia in 2016, prompting protests in Iran, including outside Saudi Arabia's embassy in Tehran. This development is significant for many reasons, with implications not only for bilateral ties between both states, but for the whole Middle East region. An improvement in Iran-Saudi relations is likely to contribute to stabilization of the Middle East region, which has been racked by foreign invasions, civil strife, and proxy wars, with both Tehran and Riyadh being involved in wars in Yemen and Syria. Moreover, the diplomatic rapprochement could potentially increase the prospect of revival of the Iran nuclear deal, which has elicited a lot of political discontent in the Gulf countries and led to a widening distrust between Saudi Arabia and the US. The restoration of diplomatic ties between the two Middle East powers also gives a blow to the vision of Abraham Accords, which has tried to bring Israel and Gulf countries together, which some saw as deeply anti-Iran. But the most important implication of this development is China's role in mediating talks and succeeding in convincing both sides to restore their ties. Some analysts are considering this significant breakthrough as a post-American moment in the Middle East. Last year, Chinese President Xi Jinping took a multiple-day trip to Saudi Arabia, with both sides signing a swath of agreements. Moreover, in 2021, Iran and China unveiled a 25-year cooperation program, which would see Beijing invest 300 to 400 billion US dollars investment in Iran. I'm Usama Nizamani, and this was your Daily Dispatch.